All right, so the women get things going on for the Americans in great fashion, as we're now set for the men's 4x100 medley relay. And the team is Nick Thoman, who will swim the leadoff backstroke leg, and then Brendan Hansen continues his comeback trail in the breaststroke. Tyler McGill on the fly, and then Matt Grievers anchors it in the freestyle. Team Europe is led up by Radoslav Kavecki of Poland, and then it's Gidrius Tetenis of Lithuania, followed by Konrad Cherniak of Poland, and then it's Adam Brown of Great Britain who swims the freestyle. He was fourth in those recent European Championships that we just alluded to. So this we expect to be a lot closer than the women's event you just saw.
Yeah, no doubt about that. This is going to be a much closer relay. I was just talking to the head men's coach, David Marsh, and he said, you know, they have their work cut out for them each and every race. They've got to be crisp on their turns. They've got to be smart in their races, and they've got to race, even if they're tired.
So as Thoman and Kavecki go out, I think it's interesting to note here that even if Michael Phelps was here, this is a different kind of thing, the short course 25-meter pool. So with that said, Phelps, you know, with all those turns, probably wouldn't be the guy. Would probably still be Tyler McGill swimming the fly leg, wouldn't it?
Possibly. It's Michael Phelps.
Yeah, that's true.
If I'm putting Michael Phelps could put on on a 100 relay, and I'd put him on even if it's a 25. But yeah, I mean, Tyler McGill had a great world championship. So the one thing that's important here though is really this first leg. They've got to build some momentum. It's just like the women. Natalie did it for the women. They could feel that world record starting to happen, and the men have got to do the same thing with Nick Thoman.
Thoman fourth at the World Championships in the 100 back. Current world record holder in the short course in the 100 back, as Brendan Hansen goes in for the United States and Gidrius Tetenis goes in for Lithuania and Europe.
Boy, that was
Brendan Hansen.
That was a very, very quick start for Hansen. He was right on the verge of false starting. I thought he was that quick. 50 flat for Nick Thoman. That's perfect for them. That's great. That's a great leadoff leg, and you can see Hansen much lighter. We talked to him yesterday, Dan. Remember, he said he's 15 pounds lighter. You could just tell that in his stroke. He's drawing his hips up easier, hops off those feet a little bit quicker. He just has more explosiveness.
Hansen retired, so to speak, after the 2008 Olympic Games, and said one of the reasons why he decided to get back in the pool is that he has some unfinished business, and he has had a very good comeback, an impressive comeback this summer.
Well, if the Americans win this, forget the key leg as Thoman. He did his job, but that key leg is right there. I mean, they went from virtually being even to almost 2 body lengths ahead.
So here goes Tyler McGill to pick up the leg from Hansen with a good lead, which is better than a body length. Konrad Cherniak is in the pool for Europe.
That's 56.5, by the way, Dan, on his split. The world record split, when they broke the world record, the Russians a couple years ago, their breaststroker, 56.5.
Cherniak took silver at the Worlds between Michael Phelps, who won it, and McGill, who took the bronze. And look at McGill lengthening the lead on Cherniak here as they make the final turn.
Yeah, the Americans are looking very good. Now, when I talked to Marsh, I asked him what he thought Grievers was going to do. He told me that he told Grievers to back off if they knew they were going to win. The men have a dogfight ahead of them, even if they win this relay. So make sure you win it. Don't put too much effort. I don't think they have a shot at the world record. 50.6 there. Now, they're not going to break the world record. Get the win under the belt. 7 points, remember. Huge points. 7 for the winner, 0 for second.
It's going to be 14-0 the United States after the first 2 events, as the 6'8" Grievers makes the turn here, and they're not going to get the world record, but they have a better than 2-second lead over Europe as Adam Brown is in the pool with Grievers making the final turn home. So a great 1-2 punch here in the relays, the medley relays for the Americans, as Grievers is going to coast home here with another big win for the U.S. So they finished well outside of that world record of 3:19 with a 3:23 time. But Thoman, Hansen, who was impressive, McGill, who was impressive, and Grievers finishes it off.
Here's the first exchange. You see Nick Thoman in a deadlock with Kavecki, and then, oh boy, he had just a good start. It was a good start. Experience is key, and Brendan Hansen has more experience than any one of those 4 swimmers Here's one more angle from about, well, you can see it at arm swing. See how he gets into that arm swing and then steps into the start. Nice long stretch and same entry on that same hole. And then we talked about Brendan Hansen, how his stroke has improved, I think, over the last year. Gets that nice reach. He sets his corners so well with his hands. See the hands, how they just kind of skip over the top of the water, keeps that head perfectly still. He's back.
And remember how Hansen was telling us this is the first time that he's, taking it from somebody other than Aaron Pearsall.
That's right.
Who retired. So Brendan Hansen in a new kind of generation here of swimmers, but the U.S. impressive in the first 2 races.